Now, I've been alone in the sense that I haven't spoken to a lot of people probably since 2022. I have the absolute opposite of what people would call a social life, and people don't view this in the right way. A lot of people look at people who are alone. It's all people will never look at someone who talks to a lot of people and think that's a problem. But if people see someone who's alone, who's quiet for a period of time, they somehow can't process that. They think there's something wrong with this person. I'll tell you one thing. There's in my scenario or a lot of people's scenario, if you find yourself being alone and you're focusing on the right things in life, and you find that people around you, the potential people that you could engage with or whatever are just not on the same bracket as you, you are better off being alone. And some people, when you hear this, you tell this to them, they'll think, oh, you're just justifying the fact that you're not a social person. I'm not a social person. I'll admit it. Personally, I'm not a social person. There is no way you can constantly be in conversations with people and just be engaged with people if you're not a social person. It's whatever, right? But there's a big difference as to not being able to speak up and having confidence and all those kinds of things, and then just being alone by choice. There's been a lot of situations where I come across people and some hope is there in me, okay, there's some possible connection here, but then eventually it fades off because I realize, nah, their life is completely different. It's not something I want to engage in, because you have to be careful with the kind of people you surround yourself with. The moment they have some negative traits about them, maybe I'm not one to sit here and say that's negative, but they engage in some pretty ordinary activities on their day-to-day life, and it's like when you engage with them, subconsciously at some point you will start taking part in those activities that are not good for you, even though you know it's a bad thing. Just because they're around you, you will start engaging with those, and you have to be very careful with avoiding such people. It's not a case of you have to be friends with someone or have people around you just for the sake of it. Get rid of that mindset, because it is absolute nonsense. You're only going to do more harm than good. I've seen people who have been absolutely fine. They start getting along with people who are they take part in not so great things, and eventually the guy who was alone starts becoming like them. You do not want to do that. It's just self-sabotage. It's a horrible thing. In the name of being, okay, I have people around me, do not go seeking just because you're alone. If you're alone and you're spending your time, doing quality stuff, trust me, eventually you will have people who are like-minded around you, and you're going to engage with them. Don't just force yourself into brackets or, for people's validation and stuff, and you ruin yourself for the sake of it. If the person looks like, okay, I actually relate with this person, go ahead. But just because people force you to, or, go engage with this person, don't force yourself into that. I have gone through that experience many times and just realized it's not for me. I speak to them for a couple of days. It's like I almost get disgusted hearing, what they do in their life. It's, yeah, when you're on a different path to someone, don't force yourself to be on the same path for someone else just for the sake of it. It makes no sense, even though people like to think that way.